Previously on Ditching the Split.
Today we are on our roof. There's the original fireplace.
Yeah, why didn't we save it? I mean, it didn't almost burn the house down. We are framing the gable above the garage. Gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Aw, there's a baby. Look.
Oh no.
I don't want it to fall on you.
This is going to become a window.
$5:47 in the morning.
Roof time, let's go.
Hey, why do you have to do that?
Yeah, we don't like the early morning, do we, buddy?
A few moments later.
6:36, that's not bad for how long it took me to get out here. Welcome to episode 5. We have lots going on today. As you guys can see in the last episode, let me put this down. The guys came and were working on the stone, so they only managed to get this far. They still have to come back and do the window. And then the columns are also gonna be stone as well, which you guys will see much later. And so today, we're going on the roof.
Yeah, we're ripping off the roof to put the new trusses up. I feel like it's gonna go really well.
You do? We should probably give you guys a little bit of backstory before we dive into this video because somebody out there is gonna be confused.
So when we first moved in, we noticed the ceiling had a lot of previous repairs from cracks, and you could just see that it had been repaired and it didn't look that good. So that's something we always wanted to do. It's the old plaster swirl.
We'd also just moved in and we had a lot of other things to deal with at the time. So instead of doing the ceiling 4 years ago, we decided to live with it and just kind of hope that one day we would be able to deal with the ceiling. Right now we have an 8-foot ceiling in that part of our home. So we were gonna take the plaster down and then just raise it up maybe a foot because the way that the roof was previously structured, it wouldn't allow for a vaulted ceiling. So that was gonna be the alternative. So we're vaulting the ceiling. I'm not in a good mood today.
Why?
Because,
Too early?
yeah. All right, what do I do?
Just sit up there and watch. We went back and forth whether we wanted to vault the ceiling, which with the current roof, it involved a lot of new framing, structural changes, things like that inside the house. And then we thought, okay, it might be cheaper to just raise the ceiling. But that also involved a beam down the center that had to be engineered, which is a large expense. We would have had to take apart part of the basement to put new posts and footings down below to carry it. The cost was honestly the same, if not more, than it was to take the roof off, get new trusses, and put them on. So I'm gonna slice along this joist now that I found it.
Okay.
And then all this will come out.
Yeah.
And then I'll be able to stand in there and just keep slicing like 4 foot by like pieces. Just try and get it like far out because the, yeah, basement window and new front window. This isn't gonna be too bad, honey. Too heavy?
Very heavy.
I've been firing like crazy and they've been like,
We've been going for a couple hours now. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I'm not having that much fun. And I haven't learned any skills I think I will use later in life. Although you guys can kind of see better the gable that Andrew built the other day. I wasn't able to show it in that video because we ended up covering it with a tarp because it was calling for rain, but we don't have rain in the forecast for a few days, so that's why we're doing the roof now. Want to drop it at the same time?
sure.
You ready? 1, 2, 3. That was cool.
You win.
This looks insane.
I know. Every day people rip their whole roof off and put a second story on.
I guess I've just never seen it done like up close.
It's pretty crazy.
It looks crazy. Looks like we're doing an addition.
I know.
Let's just keep building up.
All this and we're not even adding square footage.
Yeah. But for the memories. You can't put a price on it.
That's the whole reason, right?
Nine 14 in the morning. Here's where we're at. Every kind of insulation you would ever imagine, and whole assortment.
Yep. Just over halfway there, not even tired yet, haven't even broke a sweat. Clearly things are going really well, as per the usual. I was expecting the demo to take all day. Not saying it won't, there's still a lot to do. But if we can get this demo and the insulation out today, there's no reason we can't get the trusses up here. So I don't know if you guys can see, but this long common rafter there has a big bow in it. I bet you it's sunk 2 inches in the middle. So that's why from the road, we could see even the front of the house was up and down like crazy.
Yeah, it was like this.
Yeah, so I'm glad we're starting from scratch on this side, because to tie into something like that, you wonder why nothing's lining up and you think you did something wrong, but it's always the old roof.
Aw, sweet puppies.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You having fun?
No,
Yeah, you're a bit grumpy today, aren't you?
I'm a little bit grumpy today.
Because you didn't want to be on the roof.
Yeah, but it's okay.
You're doing a good job.
Thanks, baby. This roofing and drywall is just two things that I could happily sit out on. I have questions for roofers. I just want to know why. But at least it's nice and cool out today, which is really nice, because I was worried that we were going to have to be on the roof when it was hot out. And it's only like maybe 15 degrees right now. I don't know what that is for you Americans, but for us, that's nice and cool.
It's beautiful.
Maybe like 70 something. So
it's like low 60s.
yeah, it's really nice considering the time of year. So I am relieved about that. Thank goodness for the tractor. This is crazy. So don't put your body weight on it.
On what?
That we're gonna fall through the ceiling?
If you step where there's no wood,
Oh my gosh.
you'll go right through.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Babe, I'm scared.
All right, you shouldn't be up here.
I'm a little bit too clumsy for this, I think.
I think so.
So we started removing insulation from the ceiling, and there was a lot of insulation, and you might be a little confused as to why we're getting rid of it.
So that ceiling's coming down, and the more prepared you can be for that, the better, because the last thing I want to do is start pulling the plaster down and then have all that insulation falling inside the house, because we are still living here. Let me throw this down here, and we'll just throw it down, and it'll land mostly in the tarp,
Okay?
and it'll be easy to clean up. Well, the tarp's covering it all.
Like, why is there all different variations of insulation here?
It's a lot of insulation. I don't know what the heck this insulation is. Weird though.
What about this, like, last panel? Can you stand on that, or is that
Oh
still
my god, this
drywall?
is a blanket.
What?
I just flipped it over. It's a blanket. It's a comforter.
Oh my goodness. What? Somebody insulated their ceiling with a blanket?
Yeah, someone was living up here.
No.
Oh yeah. There's rope, there's a book.
A book?
No, I'm kidding. Can you imagine? But yeah, this is a full-on like comforter.
Babe, you don't have a sweater on. This is literally someone's blanket. After the roof was demolished, it was time to lay the new trusses in the ceiling. So we had help from some friends for that. They're all neighbors. Like, people have been really supportive and helpful for this project.
Yeah.
So if you guys see people helping that's outside of family, like Andrew's dad, it's probably a neighbor.
Yeah.
But we got those up in place, and it took maybe an hour to do.
The ceiling's not high, like the roof's not high, so they were able to just pass them up. I dragged them across. You set the one side, I set the other. There was, what, maybe 20 trusses? And I had all the walls marked out of the lines where they go. So we just got them up there, spaced them out, and then I came back and nailed them down to the wall after.
As you guys saw, we started this project at around 6:30 in the morning, and by like 5 o'clock at night, the new trusses were all put into place. It looked like we really had only taken the shingles off our house.
Yeah.
6:56 in the evening. All of the trusses are up. Andrew's just working on properly spacing them and nailing them in, but they're officially all set. We've been going for, what is that, 12 hours now? And I think tonight we're gonna try and get to the gable, but for sure we'll have the trusses on, and then we just have to plywood them and then shingle them. Also, I keep forgetting to tell you guys, but if you are interested in seeing the behind the scenes of this project when it's happening in real time or close to real time, because I have been saving the content and posting it a little bit later, but follow me on Instagram. So my handle, I'll put it in the description, and I post updates on my story if you guys want to see the behind the scenes. Or really, if you just want to see more of the content besides like a once a week video. It's the next day, everybody, and Andrew's in a little bit of a bad mood. So no intro for today.
You think you can do it here, or is it too high?
We could try. I'll get my gloves. Pardon?
That'd be great.
Yeah, it's just, I was thinking of the window.
Oh. Right on the corner?
I could try. Okay, everybody, stay tuned. Let's see how this is gonna go. I got Cranky Pants working with me today.
Leaned up where I need it.
I'm telling them you guys secrets. He doesn't even know.
Giuseppe?
I'm telling all the people your secrets. And you can't even hear me.
That's fine.
All right, okay, I'll try.
What about you wetting the bed?
Don't tell them about that, babe. Okay.
Try the tractor?
Yeah, let's use the tractor. Why am I putting myself through this? You hear this, people? This is what he does. He doesn't want to get his tractor he had to have. He'd rather put me through manual labor. I'm gonna mute his mic so you guys can't hear him yelling at me.
You make me climb up and down that roof again, and I'm done this reno. You know how to drive a tractor? Why didn't you just get the plywood on track?
Wow! That's good.
Yeah, I have to bend over all the way to my feet to pick those up. That's good for you, yeah.
That's as high as I would have been able to lift it anyway.
All right. You want to see me struggle? You can see me struggle.
Okay, and Andrew's also wearing a knee brace today because
I'm injured.
He's injured. That's part of why he's cranky. He was carrying something and he tripped and fell into one of the holes from the plants we dug out, and he like hurt his kneecap. Be nice to him in the comments. He's just not himself today.
Listen, just do it, okay? Thank you, love.
You're welcome, love. That's easy. Look how effortless that was. The thing to also point out about what he's doing up on the roof is that it's the ceiling like plaster in between all of those joists, so you can only step on the joist or else you'll fall through the ceiling.
Up, all the way onto there, yeah. 4 of those blocks.
4 of these?
4, yeah.
There's 2. Oh my gosh, babe. You're such a little warrior princess. Look at you go, baby.
Oh yeah, watch this.
Don't! That scares me.
Really?
Yeah, of course, I don't want you to fall. Who's gonna finish this project?
The order of which we're completing things might look kind of funny to some people, and to me it does too. Normally you would do all the demo and framing before you put your new windows in, start your brick, siding, or stone, whatever you choose to do. The weather has been so crazy that we didn't even have the opportunity to take the roof off because of all the rain we've been having. And just product availability, when they came to measure the trusses, we were told it was going to be a month. They came earlier, but we wanted to at least get a head start taking the brick down. Okay, we're gonna lift it over out here. God, this is embarrassing. I walked across it the other day. I'm just so tired.
I know, babe. 5:26 in the evening. It's been another very busy day, and we just met with a guy who's gonna be roofing the house for us. We don't have to pay people, but we're treating ourselves to have somebody do the shingles for us.
We were gonna do it. We've been going back and forth. Just the labor of like what we've already done. It's kind of beating us, and it just makes sense to pay someone to do it quicker, and then we can do other stuff while they're doing it. And then every time it rains, if I was to shingle, I would be up there with a flashlight in the attic, terrified that it was gonna leak.
Yeah, the other thing though that he just told us, so we have our work cut out for us clearly. The house is not ready to be shingled, but we were hoping to have it shingled tomorrow.
Friday.
Yeah, but initially it was tomorrow.
But what did he say?
But okay, so here's the thing. We were gonna try and save the shingles we have because we weren't sure how many more years we could get out of them. They're not in horrible shape, but some of them are starting to peel. But we're like, if we don't have to reshingle the whole roof, let's not reshingle the whole roof. But then he said that it's recommended that we probably should just reshingle the roof, because if we're doing all of this to try and tie it all in together, the different gables, matching the original shingles, and then we're gonna have to redo a different part of the roof eventually, then if we're doing the work now, we may as well just get it done. So I'm a little bummed because that's more shingles we have to remove before this can start, and there is rain in the forecast. And obviously we don't have a roof right now, so that's really frustrating. Well, don't just stand there, get to work. When it came to installing the porch trusses, again, we had help from our friends / neighbors, and it was great.
Yeah, it went super smooth, super easy. Thankfully, I've set trusses before, so I kind of had an idea how to make it easier. Oh, thank you.
At this point, we were just so tired and delusional. You were putting in like crazy hours.
Yeah, 6 a.m. till like 9:30 at night.
You guys are seeing this all as a one video, one parter, but the amount of effort that you specifically put in to make this happen in 1 week is crazy.
Typically it'd be 3 of us, like 3 carpenters, and that's like a week a week's work, and that's on 40 hours.
And we had you.
And you. So this is day 3. 3 days ago, this is day 4, I guess. It's Friday.
Today's Friday, yeah.
So day 4, we haven't really done anything today. All I did was build this little gable on the front. But 4 days ago, we started ripping the roof off the house. And we've
4 days later, it looks like this.
We've accomplished all this. So we've opted to use a roofer. So they just delivered the shingles. They're starting tomorrow. So I have to hurry and finish getting the rest of the plywood on and finish the roof by tomorrow morning, which should be no problem. We did a significant amount yesterday, so let's give her, bud.
Yeah, hold on. I want to talk for a sec. Let me have the camera. This one goes out to my honey. He's just been working so hard, and he says that he hasn't done much work today, but he's already been on the roof for a couple hours, shingling the gable and
sheeting the gable.
Sheeting the gable. Sorry, I'm a little delusional because it's been so many days of working hard, but I help Andrew with his jobs, like with decks and fences. And I know that he does roof things and like his background is framing, but he is downplaying his skill to you guys and like how much work he's put in. Yesterday, he got up on the roof at like 6 a.m. You didn't finish until like 9:30 last night, and then you were up again today at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been working so hard. So I just had to take a moment to like really emphasize how much work he's putting in on this project. You guys are seeing him do like all this stuff, but he is totally the star of the video. I'm your #1 fan, babe.
With that said, I'm very proud of you too.
Thanks,
You've
babe.
been up there with me. She stripped all the shingles. I didn't do any of the shingles really. So look at her, what a champ.
Also, this job, if you don't know what you're doing, leave this to the professionals because this is a very dangerous thing to be doing.
Yeah, if you don't know, then don't even try. There's no point.
How do you know?
Because I'm a trained professional. My legs are like jello today.
Oh my goodness, this is so scary watching you do this.
You're okay.
Don't try this at home. Trained professional only.
Yep.
And even then, wear your PPE, tie off. Do as we say, not as we do. Actually, I don't think I finished that statement. What I was trying to say was that I go and I'll help Andrew with decks and fences, and I know that he does a lot of roofing, like not roofing, but like building gables and like additions and stuff like that. But I never see that firsthand. I'm never up on the roof with him, like helping with that project. So seeing you do this is like truly a spectacle for me. It's like...
You've never seen me do this.
I've never seen you do this. I've watched you build gazebos from the ground. Never every step of the process. Watching you walk across trusses and hauling sheets of plywood all by yourself is
pretty gnarly.
Incredible. It is gnarly.
Bring it over, yep. Okay, slide up.
Okay.
Okay, just I got some of the weight, just hold on.
Okay. Be so careful. You okay?
Yeah, that was heavy.
It's so cool to see the vision coming to life. So the little demo that you guys saw of what it was going to look like, the little illustration that I showed at the beginning of this whole series and that we were initially showing to demonstrate what it's going to look like. Obviously, it's not going to look exactly like that because we've made some design changes, but it feels really good to see it coming together and really look like our house. Like this is exactly what we designed and all the work that is being put in to make it ours. It's so special, and I'm relieved that we're doing it ourselves. I'm glad we're doing it ourselves.
You talking to me?
No?
Oh. It should be pretty stable.
Okay, babe. Oh! Should be.
What happened?
It moved.
Sorry. It's amazing. So close, eh? All that's left is to finish that return there. and then the return across the side, but that's 3 days of work. That is a lot of work in 3 days. Look how beautiful that looks with the stone. Oh my God.
Aggie, come see what we've been working on, buddy.
Look, just you notice anything different?
Look, this is all for you guys.
Yeah.
A lot of you might not know this, but we do live in the house while we renovate it, and that's always been the way for us ever since we moved here and we've been renovating. We live here as well. We don't have somewhere else to live during all of this. So it's very easy to fall behind on housework and chores. So 99% of the time when you guys are seeing us renovate, the house itself is a mess. And I mentioned this because on the final day of having the roofers come to shingle the roof, I was finally able to catch up on laundry and housework and just stuff that really suffers while you're renovating.
It is Saturday and it's a very busy day at the house. We have Andrew and his dad and Vic laying the rest of the stone that's on the front of the house, so you guys will see that later. And then we have roofers on the roof right now. Today's been a nice day for me because I get a little break from being outside, and it's a good day to catch up on stuff because with renovating, we always fall behind on our laundry, so I'm trying to do that. The poor dogs are so tired because they haven't napped at all while we're outside working. Like, they just linger and want to be there, so everybody's tired. I'm finally able to clean the house. Like, the house is just a disaster.
Last piece of plywood on this roof. I'm gonna get it out of this one right here. So the first day we stripped back the roof, cut out the rafters, and removed all the insulation and put the scissor trusses up for the vaulted ceiling. The second day I framed the gable wall, got it all ready for plywood, and we stood up the trusses for the porch. Third day, I framed everything in, sheeted 90% of the roof. You know, this is day 4 on the roof, right? Like framing, yeah. Something like that. But yeah, let me cut this piece and I'll go put it in. Check out that double gable action. This is the hardest I've worked in my entire life. The most hours, the most long, like without breaks. Like, I've done like 17-hour days. Done. That's it, that's all.
So here's the stone. The guys got it installed this morning. Now, keeping in mind that this mortar is wet, so it's gonna dry like white, like how it is over there. But I wanna show you guys, check out how cool this is. Our new front porch. Obviously, we're not gonna be this low. We're gonna be right where that piece of wood is there that you guys can see. So we'll be higher up. And I've seen a lot of questions about blocking these windows. This is our garage, so we don't really care about getting light in there, but just to answer the question I've been seeing a lot. But look how cool this is. It's gonna all get framed in and covered, and we still have to add the siding and what have you, but this has been the busiest week, and now we need to sleep.
As you guys saw, we decided to hire out somebody to do the shingles for us, and that was a total splurge and a treat for us because earlier in the season I did say how I just didn't want to shingle.
I am dreading when we get to the roof because the last thing I want to do is shingle, but I have a feeling I will be on that roof one day.
And after how much work we put in leading up to this day, we decided to let someone else do it. And I'm sure you guys have your own contractor horror stories because so many people say that they've had issues with just the work not being done properly. And unfortunately, that was the case for us as well.
Don't trust anybody, even if they come highly referred, even if someone you know has told you they do good work that you trust. Ask as many questions as you can. Don't assume anything, and be there when they're doing the work. And do your research as much as you can on how things are supposed to be done, so you have a basic idea of how it should be done properly, and just ask lots of questions and go with your gut.
It's definitely unfortunate because this was like, we never hire people.
This is the only thing that we're paying someone to do in the whole project, and the only reason that I agreed to pay somebody was because I didn't think I had it in me to do it. I'm capable of doing it. Like, it's...
So that's too bad. Yeah, but so that's too bad. They do say good help is hard to find, and we can't confirm that. And I'm sure you guys have your own situations where you've hired out and the work just wasn't done properly, and it's just frustrating. It is frustrating when that was like the one thing that we hired somebody else to do and it didn't go well.
Don't trust anyone.
Yeah, so anyways, you guys can see that this video was probably the most work jam-packed into one video, and I hope you guys are as excited as we are about the transformation, because that before and after is really amazing, and I hope now you guys can kind of see the vision. I know a lot of people were very confused and are still confused to this very day, seeing maybe part one of this series when the brick's coming down and not really sure where this is gonna go, but we do have a plan and it feels great to see it coming together.
Yeah. So you may have noticed in this episode I wasn't tied off on the roof. If you're going on your roof, I would highly suggest tying off. Make sure you're wearing all your proper PPE. Be safe. Even if you're a contractor, whatever, tie off. Take your precautions. It just takes one slip to change your whole life. So.
Well said.
Yes. Tie off. Don't be like me.
Yeah, don't be like him. Aw, babe.
All right. Ready to work?
I guess.
Let's go. Next week on Ditching the Split.
The show must go on, so we're gonna keep going with the porch.
It's the building inspector.
Uh-oh. Coming to shut us down?
This is the dream right here.
You can't get this anywhere.